The 1824 presidential election, which ended without any candidate, Andrew Jackson, John Quincy Adams, Henry Clay, or William H. Crawford, winning a majority of electoral votes, despite Andrew Jackson winning a plurality of both the popular and electoral votes. This result, mandated by the 12th Amendment, threw the election to the House of Representatives. Henry Clay, the powerful Speaker of the House, was eliminated from the presidential race but held immense sway over the final vote. Clay had a deep personal and ideological antipathy toward Jackson, whom he saw as a dangerous military chieftain unfit for the highest office. Instead of backing the popular vote winner, Clay used his influence to advocate for Adams, whose nationalist policies, known as the American System, aligned with his own vision for federal spending on internal improvements. On February 9, 1825, Adams was elected president on the first ballot in the House. Thanks in large part to the votes swung by Clay's maneuvering, including votes from states that Jackson had won in the popular election, such as Illinois, Maryland, and Louisiana. Soon after, Adams appointed Clay as his Secretary of State, the most prestigious cabinet position and the traditional stepping stone to the presidency. The immediate and most damaging consequence was the accusation of a corrupt bargain hurled by Jackson and his supporters. They were convinced that Adams and Clay had engaged in a secret quid pro quo. Clay delivered the presidency to Adams, and in return, Adams delivered the top cabinet post to Clay. Jackson privately fumed, calling Clay the Judas of the West. This accusation, which Adams and Clay vehemently denied, had massive negative repercussions. First, it fatally weakened Adams's presidency from the outset, casting a permanent cloud of illegitimacy and immorality over his administration. The public perception was that Washington insiders had conspired to thwart the will of the people. This suspicion allowed the opposition, who coalesced into the new Democratic Party under Jackson, to launch 4 years of continuous virulent political opposition, ensuring that Adams was largely unable to enact his progressive national agenda. Second, it was the catalyst for the formal and permanent fracture of the old Democratic-Republican Party, ushering in the era of bitter two-party politics that defined the next generation. The corrupt bargain became the rallying cry that energized a new mass electorate, validating the emerging idea of Jacksonian democracy, a powerful anti-elite movement focused on removing the perceived corruption from the government.